volleyball match between the visiting Capital University Comets and your Carnegie Mellon Tartans. Before we begin the match, we would like to take a quick moment to recognize the graduating students competing today. First, Carnegie Mellon University and the Tartan Volleyball program would like to congratulate Capital seniors. Number 1, McKenna Sullivan. Number 2, Kennedy Winters. Number 6, Reagan Irons. Number 7, Ryan Bunyak. Number 8, Abby Brunner. And number 18, Samari Perkins. Congratulations on your careers and good luck in your future endeavors. The Tartans are celebrating 5 seniors on this year's team who have been part of 3 20-win seasons with 3 NCAA tournament appearances. First, an opposite hitter from Houston, Texas, number 2, Bella Woodard. Bella is joined tonight by her parents Nicole and Warwick and sisters Shelby, Soledad, and Phoebe. Bella has amassed 504 kills with a hitting percentage of .215. She also has 136 career block assists to go with 22 block solos. Bella will graduate with a degree in electrical and computer engineering with a second major in biomedical engineering and plans to pursue a master's degree in biomedical engineering focusing on image and signal processing. Congratulations, Bella! Second, an outside hitter from Davie, Florida, number 4, Katherine Jackson. Katherine is joined tonight by her mom, Suzanne, her dad, Mark, grandmother, Diane, and brothers, Matthew and Nick. Katherine has tallied 645 kills with an attack percentage of .185. This season, she's hitting .224 with 2.52 kills per set. Katherine has 105 total blocks and 429 total digs, collecting a season-high 186 so far this year. Katherine will graduate with a degree in electrical and computer engineering with a minor in biomedical engineering and plans to pursue a master's degree in electrical and computer engineering, focusing on medical devices and robotics. Congratulations, Katherine! Third, an opposite hitter from Centerville, Ohio, number 5, Elizabeth Schlemmer. Elizabeth is joined tonight by her parents, Denise and Robert, her brother William. Elizabeth is a 3-time UAA All-Academic honoree, a 2023 College Sports Communicators Academic All-District honoree, and a 2-time All-UAA selection. Elizabeth has collected 808 career kills with a hitting percentage of .168 and 2.16 kills per set. She has 107 career service aces, 3 times collecting 30 or more for the season. Elizabeth also has 807 digs and 83 total blocks. She will graduate with a degree in business administration and plans to attend law school and pursue a career in corporate law. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Fourth is a middle blocker from McLean, Virginia, number 6, Julianna McFarland. Julianna is joined tonight by her parents, Deore and Ted. Julianna is a 3-time UAA All-Academic honoree, a 2024 College Sports Communicators Academic All-District honoree, and an All-UAA second-team second selection last year. Julianna has 177 career blocks with 123 block assists. She has 422 kills with an attack percentage of .261 and 2.14 kills per set. Julianna will graduate with a degree in decision science with minors in medical decision-making, policy and management, and internal relations and political science, and plans to pursue a career in healthcare consulting. Congratulations, Julianna. And finally, a middle blocker from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 10, Herchenroether. Kai is joined tonight by her mom, Denise, her dad, Todd, and sister, Elena. Kai is a 3-time UAA All-Academic honoree who has played in 99 career matches. Kai has tallied 366 kills with an attack percentage of .266 and 1.45 kills per set. She also has 155 career blocks. Kai will graduate with a degree in mechanical engineering and return to Carnegie Mellon to complete her master's degree in mechanical engineering before pursuing a career in biotech. Congratulations! The Carnegie Mellon team and coaching staff would also like to thank student manager Bella Sierra for her year of service to the team and wish her luck after graduating with a degree in film and visual media. The team, coaching staff, and Carnegie Mellon Athletics Administration would like to thank all 5 seniors for their years of dedication to the volleyball program and the department and wish them the best of luck the rest of this season and beyond. Congratulations to our class of 2026 seniors. Before we announce the starting lineups, would you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Capital Comets. A senior defensive specialist from Dublin, Ohio, number 1, McKenna Sullivan. A senior defensive specialist and libero from Columbus, Ohio, number 8, Abby Brunner. A sophomore outside hitter from Waterville, Ohio, number 10, Abby Reed. A sophomore setter from Newark, Ohio, the captain, number 11, Carly Thompson. A junior outside hitter from Madison, Indiana, number 13, Chloe Prokinen. A senior middleback from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 18, Samari Perkins. And a freshman outside hitter from Newark, Ohio, number 20, Olivia Milton. The Comets are coached by Rosanna Scara, and she is assisted by Adam Belby, Chris McNeely, Emily Drenth, and Mike Sade. And now the starting lineup for your Carnegie Mellon Tartan. A senior opposite hitter from Houston, Texas, number 2, Bella Woodard. A senior outside hitter from Davie, Florida, the captain, number 4, Katherine Jackson. A senior opposite hitter from Centerville, Ohio, number 5, Elizabeth Schlemmer. A senior middle specialist from Suburban, California, the first libero, number 9, Zoe Gabbro. A senior middleback from Hampton High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 10, Kai Herchenroether. A sophomore defensive specialist from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and second libero, number 11, Izzy Safer. And junior outside hitter from Cork Madera, California, number 18, Kate Jones. Your Tartans are led by head coach Ann Bach, and she is assisted by Aaron Street. Tonight's officials are Tim Lutton and Patricia Salvador, and the line judges are Tyler Welch and Sophia Duck. Carnegie Mellon is committed to principles of good sportsmanship. We believe that all student athletes, coaches, and spectators should strive to represent the very best.
Good evening and welcome here inside of the Highmark Center on the campus of Carnegie Mellon University as it's Friday night volleyball in the Steel City. CMU welcomes in Capital University as the Comets looking to wipe away a 3-match losing streak and to try and spoil the Tartans' senior night. Coming up next right here on the CMU Sports Network. Jack Ridenauer here with you as CMU looking to get a 5th straight win and 16th overall. The Tartans have been rolling as of late, coming 15-5 overall. 4-3 at home, but have really made a difference on the road. 5-1 when traveling. And over on the other side for Capital, it's been a year of struggles to say the least for the Comets. 2-15 overall and 1-5 on the road. Currently on a 3-match losing streak and trying to snap that here this Friday evening. As we get set for opening serve between these two teams. Capital, again, a team that is trying to right the ship, to say the least. Gain a little traction before entering deeper into conference play. CMU, conversely, just trying to pick up some wins under its belt here at home before also entering deeper into UAA play. Hard to believe we're at the halfway point of the volleyball season as Carly Thompson gets things started here inside of the Highmark Center. Elizabeth Schlemmer with a good opening point. And the Tartans strike first. And Schlemmer, a player that is a welcome sign back into the lineup. After playing the first 3 matches to start the year, she missed the next 8. Came back on September 18th and has been a regular ever since. There's Kate Jown. She's been having a tremendous season for the Tartans. Jackson, forceful. Katherine Jackson has also been swinging a big shoulder this year, second on the team in kills with 161. But the aforementioned Jown at the line leads the team with 233. She gets an ace. Puts her in a sole possession of second place on the team, her 38th ace of the season. And the Tartans building a 3-0 lead early, looking for a 5th consecutive win. Herchenroether arcs it and drops it home. Makes it look easy. One of the many seniors honored this evening for the Tartans. Herchenroether, a local product from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's an all-state pick during her time as a Hampton Talbot. Reed. First point goes to Capital off of a misfire by Jackson. Capital coming off a straight set loss to Heidelberg. Lost 25-16, 25-17, and fought valiantly in the end, but lost 28-26 in the third set. Schlemmer on take 2. Perkins pokes it. Dropped back down by Herchenroether. Herchenroether, such a tremendous presence up at the net. Zoe Gavros. Tipped over by Thompson. McFarland smacks it through. She's another player like Schlemmer that was in and out of the lineup early on in the year with injury, came back against MIT, had quite the showing against the Engineers that evening, and ever since that match, McFarland has been a huge bonus back in the lineup for the Tartans. Big-time rejection and right on cue. Julianna McFarland turning away Abby Reed. Reason why McFarland is first in the UAA in blocks and has 16 more than second place. An ace. Everything clicking right now for the Tartans, an 8-1 advantage, and Capital has to cool the jets some as the Comets cannot find an answer. 8-1 CMU. We'll take a break, come back with more action on the CMU Sports Network. Back here inside of the Highmark Center, an 8-1 run to start this opening set for Carnegie Mellon. As the Tartans trying to protect home court on senior night, not to mention get a big win under its belt. Jack Ridenauer here with you, looking at some of the early numbers between these two teams, and it is CMU hitting a blazing 429. For Capital, it's polar opposite, hitting minus 400 to start. And this is a Capital team that has really struggled to hit just above 100 this season. 3 matches removed from a season-high hitting percentage against Alma, 200. Just to give you that perspective, again, Capital, with it being a season-high hitting percentage of 200 just a few matches ago, does not really put together some efficient points, and we see why. McFarland putting up a wall against Samari Perkins. Zoe Gavros, again, one of the top servers in the UAA. Schlemmer. Bunyak. Jackson. McFarland rifles it through. McFarland with 117 kills coming into tonight. You can see the efficiency too. Reason why she hits 261 on the year. Gavros airmails it, and both points for Capital tonight have come off of miscues by CMU. Comets have yet to generate a point off of their own system. Here's Samari Perkins. Somewhat of a homecoming for her with being a Pittsburgh local. Here comes Schlemmer right down Broadway. 2-time All-UAA pick in her career. Had a breakout season in 2023, earning an All-AVCA Region 7 honorable mention pick. And again, after missing some time with injury, has quickly skyrocketed her way back into the roster. Here's Melissa Jin. And an easy point for McFarland. Simply on the second touch, Capital loses communication. Chloe Priocannon with the initial dig, but nobody on touch number 2. Biggest lead of this first set, a 10-point advantage for CMU. Trying to wrap up this first set in a hurry. Bunyak. Capital yet to get a point off of an in-system ball themselves. Big-time wall by McFarland. Here comes Bella Woodard, straight down. Bella Woodard with a career-high season last year and continues to pick up where she left off. Gets set to there on that outside, and with 186 kills last year, doing a great job building on it this season. Bunyak, blocked. McFarland and Woodard. And that's a lot of height up at the net for CMU. Woodard at 6'2" and McFarland at 6'2". Tough for the 5'11" outside hitter Bunyak to try and swing through the trees. Olivia Milton misfires, but the point goes to Capital. So Capital gets on the board off of Somewhat of an in-system ball. Here's Kennedy Winters back at the service line. Woodard touches down. A 12-point Tartan lead, and CMU right now can do no wrong. CMU trying to wrap this one up, go to 5-3 here at home. Jackson with an ace. Jackson just dropping in a dart. Floats in another good serve. Milton. Good dig by Gavros, who leads the conference in digs. Milton shoves through. Pushed down by Milton again. So the freshman getting involved early and often. And Milton for Capital has been a bright spot offensively. 15 kills over the last 3 matches. Three-sport athlete in high school. McFarland. Reed misfires. Check that Prio cannon on the misfire. Either way, McFarland back at the service line. CMU has grabbed command of this set from the very beginning, showing no signs of slowing down. As Caroline Smith getting some action here early. Her 5th match played during her freshman year. Blocked back by Herchenroether. Dragged through by Waits. Here comes Woodard with a missile. Bella Woodard having herself a senior night. Had a season-high 13 kills this year in a huge win against a nationally ranked Ithaca Bombers team. Picks up her 3rd kill of the night. Point to the Comets off the service error. Just the 2nd service error for CMU this evening. There's Abby Brunner, former All-OAC honorable mention pick back in her freshman season. Herchenroether floats and fires. Challenges Perkins up front and wins the battle. Danny Lee checks in. Third straight match that Lee has played in. Perkins. Herchenroether. Prio cannon. Herchenroether finds the soft spot. And the Tartans putting pedal to metal and a timeout by the Comets. Tartans just a few points away from wrapping up this first set right here on the CMU Sports Network. 20-5 CMU in front. 5 points away from wrapping up this first set and stepping a step closer to a 16th overall win. Coach Ann Bach in her 7th year here at CMU has done a fantastic job building this program back up. And the Tartans well on their way to another 20-win season. Last year finished 20-12 on the way to an NCAA tournament berth. For Capital, again, just trying to get some traction before the deeper parts of OAC play. It's a tough finish to 2024 for the Comets last year after winning the conference opener. Lost the next 8 matches. Had a chance to still sneak into the conference tournament in the season finale, but wound up losing. And so just trying to get a huge road win here this Friday evening. As Danny Lee drops in a nice dime. A point that goes for Capital off the swing by Emily Waits. Waits a transfer from Siena Heights University, where she played her first season of volleyball there. Here's Carly Thompson. Down with force. Prio Cannon. Back-to-back points for the Comets. Prio Cannon, a player to keep watchful eye of. She has gathered quite a bit of kills in the last 3 matches, 32 of them to be exact. Herchenroether fires it through. So much speed by the senior. And the middle for this Tartans team has been so impressive over the last few years. Again, Herchenroether, McFarland, Woodard on the outside that also can come to the middle. Perkins wants it, and for good reason. Samari Perkins mentioned how it's somewhat of a homecoming for her tonight. Graduated from Obama Academy, not too far away from here in Pittsburgh at CMU. Dual sport athlete at Capital and all-conference basketball player for the Comets women's basketball team. Schlemmer arcs it through, jammed back up, and the Tartans have the point. Good effort by Bunyak, but that pesky tape proves to be a little too tough, and it's now 3 points that the Tartans need to wrap up the first set. Looking for a 5th straight win, and serves like that certainly will help out the cause. Gavros with the ace, and the chance to set up set point in this opening set. Reed. Jackson can't redirect. Capital continues to fight. Now hitting a balanced 0 at the moment after hitting well into the negatives to start. CMU, conversely, hitting 500. Schlemmer drops it over. Bunyak, both teams out of sorts. Here comes Schlemmer with a rocket. Jackson, empty. So the Comets showing some late life here in the first set, but still back into a very deep corner. I mentioned about Perkins at the service line. 3-time all-conference player for Capital. Last year averaged 16 and 10 for the Comets. Reed with force. Jackson jams, and it works. Set point for the Tartans. Can wrap up this opening set. Try and get a little bit closer to that 16th overall win. Here's Melissa Jin. 18 aces on the season. Prio Cannon. Tartans take the first set, 25-10. Dominant fashion by the home team and an opportunity at a 5th straight win. Don't move a muscle. We've got second set next on the CMU Sports Network. Set 1 in the books, and it goes to the Tartans. 25-10 in dominant fashion. CMU protecting home court at the moment and an opportunity to get a nice win for this senior group. Jack Ridenauer here with you. Tartans hitting .406 after that opening set. Capital hitting at 0 after just 6 total kills by the Comets. Mentioned how this Tartans team has been playing some really good volleyball as of recently. Winners of 4 in a row. Last loss was to a nationally ranked Emory team a couple weeks ago. That was back on September 27th. This CMU team has compiled quite the resume, going back to the CMU Quad Invitational earlier this year. Picked up 2 top 20 wins, one of them being against Johns Hopkins, who at the time was number 4. So no matter what, the Tartans could definitely find themselves in the NCAA tournament off of a simple at-large bid. But for the Capital Comets, a chance to maybe spoil that and derail those opportunities. But have a lot of ground to make up after that 25-10 routing the Tartans had of the Comets in set one. Puts Melissa Ginn back at the service line. Quite the leader in her high school days. She was a 3-year captain as well as a 4-year varsity player. As Perkins punctuates the swing and gets the Comets on the board first. Mentioned about Perkins being quite the basketball player. The OAC Freshman of the Year in basketball, in addition to a all-region pick. McFarland. Reed hits the antenna. So the Tartans gifted their first point. Up 1-0. Puts Katherine Jackson back at the service line. Bunyak. Katherine Marshall gets her name in the stat sheet. And Marshall, with her 3rd kill of the season, previously had the other 2 in the routing of the St. Vincent Bearcats earlier this year. Jackson with an ace. Just trickles over the tape. And Jackson drops in her 2nd ace of the match. CMU up by 2. Bunyak. Marshall. Bunyak. Bunyak puts an end to the rally. Big time swing by the senior. Season high 18 kills earlier this year against Alma. The last time the Comets won, that was back on September 27th, which again, ironically enough, the last time that CMU lost. McFarland mashes it through the defense. So much speed for the all-conference performer from a year ago. It was an all-UAA second team pick along with an all-region selection. When she gets served like that to the middle, it's pretty much all she wrote for the defense. Here's Sienna Clements. Clements making her 4th appearance this year in the match. Woodard. And a misfire on the dump by Thompson. Thought she could catch CMU sleeping, but not the case. Tartans up by 3. Trying to take this second set. Put some more pressure on the Comets. Milton served on a silver platter. Good effort by Jackson. But Capital coming to life here early in this second set. Now it's a matter of the Comets stringing some points together. Not seen Capital win many consecutive points thus far tonight. Typically the side out is won by CMU and then kept by the Tartans. Here's Winters. Winters with just 1 ace this year. Woodard with a missile. Man, oh man. Bella Woodard with some force behind that swing. Not to mention the accuracy has been showing throughout her career. Coming into tonight, she had been struggling hitting-wise in terms of the percentage of it, but a little bit of a pick-me-up opportunity and match thus far tonight for Woodard. Trying to get herself back going. Neha Tumala goes long on the service. 2-point difference. Comets hanging around in this second set. Trying to at least pick up a set win, which Comets have not done that since September 27th. McKenna Sullivan shoves it wide. Off Oftentimes, teams live in this 2 to 3 point limbo, and it can be hard to come out of this deficit. There's Katherine Marshall. Milton. No tip. Tartans with back-to-back points. Capital hovering around that 0 mark hitting-wise, right back to it after that misfire. Prio Cannon punches it through. Prio Cannon last year, 137 kills during her sophomore season. As Brunner gets fancy and picks up the Comets' first ace of the evening. Mention how she was an All-OAC honorable mention pick as a freshman. Had 44 service aces that first year in college. Point goes to the Comets off the lift by Herchenroether. And all of a sudden, Capital with a chance to tie it up here in this second set. The visitors have lost 3 in a row, but trying to change that here this evening. Schlemmer splits through and keeps that breathing room alive for CMU. Schlemmer with 6 kills in 3 of her last 5 matches. Again, getting her back into the fold after missing some time earlier this year. Gavros with a line drive, and McFarland puts her stamp on the swing. All set up off that serve by Gavros, who last year had 34 aces. Trying to help her Tartans to a 5th straight win. Winters finds Perkins, but it goes to CMU. So the lift now goes over to Capital. And a lost opportunity for the Comets to, again, stay within striking distance. Gavros again. Prio Cannon. Jackson. Here comes Schlemmer with a scorcher. Schlemmer last year with 183 kills. 2-time All-UAA pick. Honorable mention in 2022. Second team in 2023. Jackson. Prio Cannon can't keep it in play. And all of a sudden, after what was a 1-point difference, at 8-7, a 5-0 run ensues for the Tartans. Trying to hand Capital a 4th straight loss. Pinballs around, and it goes to CMU. So the back row attack going against the Comets, and a timeout for Capital. CMU doubles up on Capital, trying to go for a 5th straight win. Coming up next on the CMU Sports Network. Back here inside of the Highmark Center, a beautiful Friday evening, a feel-good Friday as the Tartans feeling comfortable and confident. You can see maybe the dance party ensuing there. 14-7, Tartans in front of Comets. And for the Tartans, a chance to go to 16-5 overall and continue the scorching hot season that CMU has had. Jack Ridenauer here with you. It's Capital creeping about, keeping it close. Had a chance to make it a tied up set at 8-7, but a 6-0 run has followed for CMU, and that advantage quickly built back up. First set went to CMU 25-10, trying to take set number 2. Good swing by Waits. Somehow squeezes it through the window. Waits has struggled hitting-wise the last few matches, hitting in the negatives 2 of the last 4. Here's Thompson. Sends it a bullet of a serve. Reed rejected by McFarland. Here comes Prio Cannon. Powers it through, but point to CMU. So another hitting error against the Comets. Attacking error number 12 tonight for Capital, hitting minus .041. After the correction, now 13 attacking errors for the Comets. And an ace for Melissa Jin. Ace number 6 tonight for CMU. Everything clicking for the Tartans here tonight. Again, trying to wrap up this big win here at home. CMU team, the best serving team in the 8-team UAA. Perkins. Woodard rifles it through. Just gets enough behind it. Picks her spot. And a 9-point lead for CMU. The advantage starting to hover into the double digits. Tartans trying to put this second set to bed. Reed. Jin plays it off the net well. The dice from Reed. 10-point lead for CMU. An opportunity for Capital starting to slip out of its fingertips. Tartans well within reach of that 5th straight win. Prio Cannon tucks it in play. Capital hanging around in this one. Prio Cannon back at the line. Last year did not have a single ace. Perkins drags through. McFarland somehow played off by Woodard. Perkins off the slide. Somehow fits it through. 8-point difference, and Perkins with a little bit of power there. Cannon leads the team in aces with 25. McFarland, back-to-back blocks by Perkins. Feeling confident this Friday evening, somewhat of a homecoming for her. A Pittsburgh native playing with a lot of spring in her step up front. Woodard. Runner. No. Gotta love the idea, though. Found the spot, just a smidge too much pace behind it. Bryn Shern comes in to take out Jackson to serve. Tartans up by 8. This is the 3rd ever meeting between these two teams. First since 2013. Bunyak, block back. It's McFarland. Absorbing and throwing it back. Had a season high 12 blocks against MIT earlier this year here at home. And again, showing off why she leads the UAA in rejections. Marshall rocks back. Perkins says, anything you can do, I can do better. Block party starting to come to life here inside of the Highmark Center. Perkins coming off a 7-point performance against Heidelberg most recently. McFarland mashes it through. CMU 4 points away from wrapping up this second set. In comes Clements. This Tartans team has been rolling as of late, and with UAA play in sight, trying to pick up as many non-conference wins as possible. Bunyak overpowers the block. Bunyak not only with 20 combined kills the last 3 matches. She's had 10 different matches this year with 7 or more kills. So quite the efficient hitter. Kennedy Winters with a good serve. Marshall can't get it over. So the Comets again keeping it alive at the moment, trying to bust down the door and see what will give against this CMU defense. Herchenroether rocks back. Milton, check that, waits. As the attacking error once again goes over to the Comets. Tumala checks in for CMU. Both these teams had quite the opposite seasons a year ago. Capital at 9-17 last year. CMU at 20-12 in 2024. Bunyak. Marshall. Schlemmer rolls it. Waits. Free ball for Capital. Milton. Schlemmer crushes it. Blocked. Kept alive by Schlemmer. Marshall puts a period at the end of the rally. And once again, the Tartans with a chance to set up set point. CMU can see that 5th straight win in sight, and we see a timeout for Capital. We'll do the same. Stay with us right here on the CMU Sports Network. It's a dance party this Friday, and for good reason. Good vibes on the Tartan side, up 23-14, and points away from going up 2-0 in the best of 5. Jack Ridenauer here with you. CMU in search of that 16th overall win. You would think a team with 15 wins has dominated here at home, but really it's the away and neutral records that have been the difference for the Tartans. 5-1 on the road, 6-1 at neutral sites. And again, with their sights set on an NCAA tournament berth, that's a great sign moving forward for this CMU team, knowing that they can play away from home. Right now, Capital, though, trying to spoil senior night for CMU. As Waits finds a little soft spot. Capital, although, staring in the face of a 2-0 deficit, keeping this one interesting. It's McKenna Sullivan. And a season-high 2 aces earlier this year against Rowan. But hands Capital just a second service error. CMU with more service errors than Capital, but more aces than the Comets as well. 6-1 in aces in favor of the home team. There's Katherine Marshall. Trying to put this second set to bed. Rejected! Herchenroether. And CMU takes set number 2, 25-15, and are 1 set away from a 5th straight win. Find out the result coming up next on the CMU Sports Network. 2 sets in the books, and we go to the third, 25-10, the first set in favor of CMU, 25-15, the second set going to the Tartans. Jack Ridenauer here with you as CMU now 1 set away from going to 16-5 overall. Would put them 4 wins shy of the win total it had a year ago at 20-12. Well, for Capital, a team that is right now reeling to say the least, looking for some answers. In jeopardy of a 4th consecutive loss after starting the year 0-4 and then hit a big-time wall starting on September 5th that started a season-long 8-match losing streak. And I mentioned about how last year the Comets were plagued by an 8-match losing streak that carried them to the end of the regular season. Had a chance to reach the OAC tournament, but lost in the regular season finale. So an opportunity at redemption in the conference this year for the Comets. But first, in search of a comeback here this Friday, but that running out of opportunities. Here's Thompson. And the violation going against Capital. So Olivia Melton getting tagged with the net violation. There's Logan Devereaux. Made her debut in a critical moment against MIT earlier this year. Point goes for Capital with Prio Cannon putting it at play. This Capital team over the years has had its struggles. 5 straight seasons with fewer than 10 wins for the Comets. Not had a double-digit win season since 2019. Schlemmer bangs it home. And CMU up early here in the third set off this massive swing by one of the top UAA hitters. CMU, in general, one of the best hitting teams, second in the UAA in kills. Also limit teams to the second lowest hitting percentage at 145. McFarland. Dumped through by Thompson. Jackson with a jolt. Touches down. Kill number 28 for CMU tonight. And the hitting percentage continues to skyrocket well above 300 for CMU. Reed. McFarland. Runner with great effort in the back row as Milton swings through. Schlemmer. Runner again, gobbles it up. Pushed back over by Bunyak. And the chaos has CMU a little out of sorts. Mention about the dig by Brunner, the libero for Capital. She's had 20 or more digs 7 different times this season. Schlemmer. The changeup doesn't help her. Tied up at 3. And Capital with a chance to take a very, very rare lead in this match. Comets trying to stave off being swept for the 4th straight match. Schlemmer. CMU stays a step ahead. Schlemmer with kill number 8 tonight. Hitting .368 on her senior night. Trying to give this home crowd something to cheer about this Friday evening. Joust. Woodard. Free ball for the Comets. They can tie it again. Perkins. Woodard. And Brunner way offline on the pass. CMU once again gladly takes advantage of the self-inflicted wound. Schlemmer last year with 30 aces and 256 digs. Puts in a great serve there. Woodard with a laser. Oh my goodness. Traveling at the speed of light. Bella Woodard throwing the fastball, and CMU doubles up on Capital. McFarland throwing up a wall. And once again, it's Reed that's rejected. McFarland with block number 5 tonight. Dumped over by Thompson. Catches CMU at the campfire. A 3-point gap in this one once again. Opportunities slipping out of Capital's hands at the moment in this third set. Capital this year 1-12 in 3-set matches. McFarland letting out some aggression there. Oh my! Can't mention it enough. When she came back into the lineup against MIT, there was a complete shift in how this CMU team played. And since then, it has been up and up for a team that has picked up some big-time wins this season. Bunyak. Bunyak gets the tip up front. Stays persistent. Bunyak with a career-high 87 kills back during her freshman year. The senior was an all-conference honorable mention pick in high school. Here's Shy Black. Devereaux. Devereaux again dices it through, and another CMU point. Logan Devereaux with some steam behind the swing. Just a year ago, as a senior in high school, was ranked the number 22 best player in all of the state of California. A huge addition for Coach Ann Bach and CMU. Perkins with the running start. Devereaux cleans up the mess. Dumped through by Thompson. Jackson right there. Pinballs around. Rio Cannons. Tool block. Capital gets the advantage on the swing there and gets the point. And Prio Cannon with a big swing, and looks like there might be some checking of either the score, maybe the rotation over on the score table side. Let's see, they're not quite sure if there was a review called. New wrinkle in college volleyball, having access to replay review. Both coaches have a little green card, and that would then initiate the challenge. Each team would have 3 challenges per match. You win a challenge, you keep it. You lose a challenge, you lose it. But again, I do not believe a challenge was pulled. I believe this is a matter of either, looks like a rotation aspect. So trying to make sure that everybody is in their appropriate lanes. Have 6 lanes. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Oftentimes you can see teams steal points in situations like this on rotation errors that are just simple misunderstandings amongst the team. Well, fairly long look at this review, or again, more of a rotation adjustment. Nice crowd here tonight inside of the Highmark Center. And some great support for the Tartans team, and also some good support for the Comets as well. Some fans from the Columbus, Ohio area have made the trek. About 2.5, 3 hours from here, from Pittsburgh, give or take. So it looks like Jackson and Woodard might be sharing their rotation and what their perspective is on it, or maybe trying to explain to one of our officials. Fairly long look at this, but want to make sure it's right. Looking ahead for these two teams, for CMU, after tonight, get back into UAA play pretty quickly. That starts this Sunday. heading to, ironically enough, Ohio, not Columbus, but Cleveland. We'll have a round robin against Rochester and Wash U. We'll play a couple more non-conference games, the next 3 against Muskingum, Marietta, and Point Park before, again, finishing up October with back-to-back UAA games against U Chicago and NYU. And you look over at Capital's schedule, at least the impending schedule. Quite the challenge coming up against Marietta. That's a nationally ranked team in the Pioneers. And then Kenyon before really ramping up OAC play with Ohio Northern, Wilmington, and number 15 ranked Otterbein. Certainly quite the look at this. But again, for Capital, I'm sure it would love to maybe snag a point. However, point was played out, and Samari Perkins went back to serve. So I wonder if maybe something was missed, and now they're trying to go back and correct it. But the issue would then be the point had already been played. It's Chloe Priocannon having a conversation with one of the net judges. Mention how this is the 3rd ever meeting between these two teams. First since 2013, a very interesting all-time series between these two programs. Both meetings came in the early 2010s, 2012 and 2013. CMU took both of them. First one by a 3-1 win in 4 sets, and then in 2013 in straight sets. Mention how CMU has been built up to strength by Ann Bach for Capital. It's a team that is trying to get back to the form it was in the 2000s. Had so much success in much of the 2000s with 9 winning years from 2000 to 2009. Also went to 2 NCAA tournament appearances during that period in 05 and 06 with program record 32 wins in 05. But in the last 10 years, since 2014, really since 2015, have had just 2 double-digit win seasons. But again, have a prime chance here with this lengthy stoppage in play to maybe build up some traction and some momentum. Has to be tough for these players as well mentally. Keep yourself engaged and focused while also making sure that you don't go cold in terms of your body and your muscles. You want to stay warm and active. And based on what we can see, it looks like it is an issue, or it could be an issue with CMU's rotation, as assistant coach Erin Street in her first year over and trying to sort out the issue, because neither coaches for Capital and head coach Rosanna Scara not making any moves over there. Nine to 6, CMU in front by 3, up 2 sets to none. Took set number 1, 25-10, set number 2, 25-15. Trying to go to 5-3 here at home in 8-match sample size. And so it looks like a rotation error is against CMU. However, again, I believe the point was already won. Very interesting how this broke down, but either way, it looks like Katherine Jackson for CMU was the guilty party. Anyways, we get back to action very quickly. Herchenroether floats it home. Priocannon. Here comes Jackson. Priocannon. Airmails. So CMU with the point out of the lengthy pause, up by 4. This lead has swelled well into the double digits throughout the first 2 sets. There's Neha Tumala, one of the top servers in the entire UAA. Was an all-UAA pick last year. Milton stops in her tracks. And another attacking error against Capital. CMU trying to put pedal to metal, wrap this one up. Up 2-0 and try to get a 5th straight win. Ping pongs around and it goes to Capital. So a lift goes against Logan Devereaux. There's Thompson for Capital. Herchenroether off a slide. Rio Cannon. Milton blocked. Herchenroether with the stuff. One of the best blockers on this Tartan team. And she springboards for the rejection. And we have our first challenge. So a challenge pulled by Coach Scara of Capital. And for you at home that are watching, you'll notice that we do not have full access to the views that the officials down on the floor have. There are other stationary cameras inside of Highmark Center here that the officials have access to, so the only view that we can show you is this one that you see right here. And I want to say there could be a matter of either a back row attack coming into that plane that you hear people talk so much about. Or maybe it was a matter of if the ball had actually landed down on CMU's side. Either way, a well-deserved break for both teams again. A 5-point lead, and for Capital, trying to resurrect themselves in this situation. Certainly wise to use the challenge when, hey, no challenges have been used yet. As the old saying goes, use them or lose them. Give a big shout out to our crew today. Our director and producer, Amanda Sloan, and our camera operator, Nelson Jules. Jack Ridenauer here with you on a wonderful Friday evening. Busy time of year for college sports. And that will remain throughout the rest of the calendar year and into 2026. CMU coming off a straight set win against Penn State Barron most recently. Capital coming off a loss against Heidelberg. That was a match that Capital really struggled up at the net. Tonight has been the same circumstance with CMU winning the block battle 8-2. But again, when you have the #1 blocker in Julianna McFarland on your team, that is a great advantage to have. And McFarland has been massive in rejections this whole year. And the challenge goes to Capital. So the call is overturned, and Capital not only wins the challenge, gets the point, but keeps the challenge as well. And Coach Scaria is very confident on the sideline, and for good reason. I would be very fired up if I were her too. Give yourself a pat on the back there, Coach. Great call. It's big because it changes the score. It goes from a 5-point difference to now a 3-point separation. Capital wins this point. It's a 2-point third set. We've got a different feeling in this one. But McFarland, check that. Sophie Pan up in the middle. She quickly obliterates another ball. Pan, a player that has shown some great promise as a freshman. Started the year really strong, but has kind of slowed down the last few matches. But again, somebody that this CMU team can really rely heavily on. Runner with great effort. What a job by Capital. Here comes Jackson. CMU's point. Five-point lead for CMU, trying to wrap up this third set. Get a big win here tonight on senior night. It's Devereaux. Too much. Cannon plops it in. Here comes Bunyak, block back. Bronner cleans it up. In comes Pan. Reed rockets it home. Abby Reed coming off a 4-kill performance against Heidelberg. Also had 6 digs in that straight set loss. Pan. 4-point lead. Pan, a player that throughout her high school career dealt with some injuries, dealt with sprained ankles, broken finger. But when she is at 100%, she can be a great asset for CMU. Bunyak forces it through. Just flies it over, and again, 3-point separation. Capital not going down without a fight. Team that is trying to avoid a 4th straight loss. Reagan Irons coming in for rare appearance for Capital. In comes Jackson. Splits the window in the back row. And that 3 to 4 point separation stays alive for CMU. Danny Lee along with Bella Woodard check in for CMU. Lee coming off a career high 11 assists against Penn State Barons. McFarland. Comes Reed. And a happy accident. Not the cleanest swing, but she'll gladly take it. A 3-point deficit. This is starting to shake out eerily similar to Capital's most recent match against Heidelberg. Lost 26-15, 25-17 in the first 2 sets, and then lost in the third set 28-26. So fought to the very, very end. Woodard. Bunyak. Gavros with good effort. Once again, Capital breathing down CMU's neck. Have a chance to make this a 1-point separation. It's served by Sullivan. McFarland throwing up a roof. Drops it back in, and McFarland again has been a blocking presence, to say the least, this entire season for CMU. Tartan's trying to put the finishing touches on this one and get a 5th consecutive win. Perkins soars in. Woodard. (17-13) CMU. Tartan bench loves it. And Bella Woodard feeling confident here on her senior night. Here's Jackson. Bunyak with a bullet. Devereaux. Devereaux again with a line drive. Tartans can see the finish line in sight. 5-point lead for CMU. Looking to stay perfect all time against Capital. Gavros keeps it alive. Dumped through by Thompson and Gavros again. Devereaux. Right place, right time. Gavros first with the cleanup. And a timeout for Capital. Let's do the same. 6-point CMU lead. Trying to wrap it up here on the CMU Sports Network. Back here inside of the Highmark Center. 19-13. CMU in front. Trying to drive itself to the finish line. Move to 16-5 overall. Keep that home record above 500. Right now at 4-3. Love to move to 5-3 and are 6 points away from doing that. Jack Ridenauer here with you. 25-10, CMU took the first set. 25-15 took the second set. Make no mistake about it, though. Capital has had chances to tie and even take leads. But CMU, when the number is called, it's able to step up to it. Here's Jackson to get us back into action. Bunyak cannot tuck it in play. CMU enters the 20s. Jackson on her senior night. McFarland with another turn away. Gavros clobbers it in the air. Jackson clubs it over. Devereaux clobbers, no, misfire. 5-point separation. Shy Black checks back in. Black this year with 11 aces. Give her 12. Has 13 service errors this year. And is ace number 2 for Capital tonight. CMU gifted a point right back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back has been the theme for the Comets tonight. McFarland, the all-conference performer. Also an all-region pick from a year ago. A fantastic serve and dunked back down by Devereaux and Herchenroether. McFarland had a really cool opportunity this summer. She was invited to play for the USA Division III volleyball team. Went to Brazil for it. As part of a clinic this past summer, played games, taught the game to youth players in Brazil. Was actually selected for the team. A high honor for McFarland. Good pancake dig by Prio Cannon. Here comes Devereaux. Prio Cannon. Devereaux. The two starting to trade swings. Lee spins around. And the point goes to the Comets. Coach Scaria trying to encourage her group to keep the energy going. Try and force a 4th set. Would just be the 2nd time this year the Capital goes into a 4th set. Just the 5th time that Capital could go past 3 sets in a match. Bashed back down by Milton. And the Comets still around. Team that is at 2-15 overall would love a massive non-conference win against a team that has NCAA tournament hopes. Woodard turned away. It's Milton. Milton and Buchanan credited with the tandem rejection, but all of a sudden, Capital can make this a 3-point separation. Devereaux. Perkins skies it back over, and it's in play. A look of shock by Perkins, but she'll gladly take the happy accident. And now it's Coach Ann Bach going with the challenge card. And so Coach Bach tells Coach Scaria, I will raise your challenge, another challenge. Again, to remind you at home, the look that the officials have are different than the look that we have here on the broadcast. This is the look that we have, but the officials have access to all sorts of angles here inside of CMU. Either way, this is, again, a very, very big point because this can either make it a 3-point difference or a 5-point separation. These challenges are massive in that situation. And if the call is overturned, it would be 23-18 CMU and a chance to set up match point. But with how this match has trended, it still feels like a long ways away from that. CMU glad to be back home after hitting the road recently. We're on the road 2 weekends ago in Atlanta, Georgia. The call is overturned. So Coach Scaria wins a challenge and Coach Bach wins a challenge. Both coaches loving the new wrinkle in volleyball. And so now there is more confirmation, or at least reviewing of the point. So point actually goes to Capital. So CMU loses the challenge. And now Tartans have to refocus because Capital has got all the momentum on its side. Down 3, but the local Pittsburgh product at the service line in Samari Perkins was recently named the OAC Scholar Athlete of the Month. Could make this a 2-point separation. Her Comets in jeopardy of a 4th straight loss. Woodard. Dumped over by Thompson. Here comes Devereaux. Tartans can set up match point. And it's one of the best to do it in Tumala. Last year's team leader in aces with 59. Buchanan. Devereaux. Capital still alive. Door left ajar open for the visitors. And the Comets trying to disrupt senior night for CMU. Here's Thompson. CMU can set up match point. Herchenroether does just that. Match point for the home team. CMU 1 point from a 5th straight win. It's Devereaux. Jackson. Schlemmer. Ball game. 25-20. A final in set number 3, and CMU takes this one in straight sets to go to 16-5 and get a 5th straight win, while Capital falls to 2-16 overall and suffer a 4th consecutive loss. Once again, a final. CMU takes it in straight sets. For our whole crew here today, Amanda Sloan and Nelson Jules, this is Jack Ridenauer signing off. Never saying goodbye, just a see you later. We'll talk to you later this season.